The repair bay of Frontier's Edge shined with clean metal and soft white lights. But Sam Carter barely noticed anymore. He had worked on this deep space station for 3 long years, fixing everything from cracked engines to broken doors. Outside the wide viewing glass, the red-brown world below slowly turned, wrapped in dark oceans and thin clouds. Most days, Sam worked alone. Machines were easier than people, quieter, and they never asked questions that cut too close. Mechanic Carter. The voice was low and rough. Sam turned to see Ambassador Reed standing at the doorway. He was tall, broad, and stiff, always careful with his posture. Between his legs, a small child peeked out, holding something close to his chest as if it might vanish. "This is my son, Eli," Reed said. "He asked to see you." The boy stepped forward. His hands shook as he opened them. Inside lay a small carved animal, smooth and worn from years of touch. One of its legs was snapped clean off, leaving a sharp break that looked painful even for wood. "It's broken," Eli said quietly. "Dad says it's useless now." Sam knelt, so he was eye level with the boy. "Mind if I take a look?" Eli hesitated, then nodded. Sam gently took the figurine. The carving was simple but careful, every line made with patience. This wasn't factory-made junk. Someone had cared enough to spend time shaping it by hand. "Who made this?" Sam asked. "My mom," Eli said, "before she died. It was the last thing she gave me." Sam felt his chest tighten. Reed stood behind his son, silent and tense. In their culture, Sam had learned holding on to the past was seen as weakness. You moved on. You replaced what broke. You didn't look back, no matter how much it hurt. "It doesn't have to be thrown away," Sam said. "I can try fixing it." Eli's eyes widened. "You can fix broken things?" Sam smiled slightly. "That's my job." Before we dive into the story, let us know where you are watching from in comments and subscribe, because I will be sharing something special tomorrow. Sam pulled out his personal toolkit. It wasn't fancy, just bonding gel, clamps, fine tools, and steady hands earned through years of quiet work. He lined up the broken leg, applied the sealant, and held it in place. The room felt strangely still. Eli watched without blinking, like he was afraid any movement might ruin everything. "Why?" the boy asked. "Why fix it if it's already damaged?" Sam didn't stop working. Because broken doesn't mean worthless. It means something mattered enough to survive time. Fixing it doesn't erase what happened. It respects it. After a few minutes, Sam lifted the figurine. The leg held firm. A faint line showed where it had snapped, a small scar that refused to hide. "It's not perfect," Sam said. "The mark stays. But it stands." Eli took it carefully. His lip trembled. Without a word, he hugged the figurine to his chest and ran from the bay, his footsteps echoing down the corridor. Reed stayed behind. "You may have caused trouble," he said after a long pause. "I'm sorry if I crossed the line." Reed shook his head slowly. "You showed my son that the past doesn't have to be discarded. That idea is dangerous where I come from." 7 weeks later, the station alarm chimed. Multiple civilian ships approaching, the system announced. "Count 60. Sam rushed to the main dock. Small ships filled the space outside. Family transports, old cargo craft, personal shuttles patched with mismatched panels. The first ship opened, and Reed stepped out. Behind him came Eli, then more people. Families, elders, children. Every one of them carried something wrapped tightly, like a secret they were afraid to lose. "They heard about the repair," Reed said simply. The bay filled with quiet movement. One by one, the visitors unwrapped their items. Sam saw cracked tools, torn clothing, broken instruments, chipped ornaments. Things worn by time and grief. Things never meant to be replaced, only remembered. Eli stood beside Sam. "We throw everything away," he said. "Objects, memories, even feelings. When something hurts, we move forward and pretend it doesn't." An elderly woman stepped forward. Her hands shook as she opened a small box filled with shattered pieces. "This was my wedding mask," she said. "It broke the day my husband died. I kept the pieces for years, telling myself I should let them go, but I never could." She looked at Sam with tired eyes. "Can you fix it?" Sam looked around, at the faces waiting, at the hope and fear mixed together. At a whole community standing between letting go and holding on. "I'll need help," he said, "and I'll need to know the stories behind these things. You can't repair meaning without understanding it." The work began. Engineers, mechanics, and visitors sat side by side. Tools passed between unfamiliar hands. Stories were shared, slowly at first, then freely. Laughter mixed with quiet tears. Sam learned that a cracked blade had protected a family for generations. A torn jacket had been worn on the day a new settlement was founded. A broken toy had belonged to a child long gone, but never forgotten. Hours turned into days. The repair bay stayed lit around the clock. Meals were eaten standing up. Hands grew sore. Still, no one stopped. Each repaired item felt like stitching a small tear in something much larger than metal or cloth. Sam worked on the woman's mask. Some pieces were missing forever. Instead of hiding the gaps, he filled them with clear resin that caught the light differently, honest about what had been lost. When he returned it, the woman pressed it to her face. A soft, trembling sound escaped her. Others joined in. Not words, just release, long overdue. Reed found Sam later. "We thought strength meant never looking back," he said. "Maybe we were wrong." Sam wiped his hands, sore and tired. Fixing things doesn't make us strong. Refusing to forget what matters does. Eli climbed onto a nearby bench, holding his figurine with its scarred leg. "Remembering doesn't make us weak," he said. "It makes us whole." In that moment, Sam understood something he had never learned from machines. Repair was not about returning things to how they were. It was about allowing them to continue, changed but still meaningful, carrying scars without shame, and standing anyway. The station felt different now, warmer, fuller, alive with voices that no longer hid their pain or history. Outside the viewing glass, more ships arrived. Sam watched them dock and realized something simple and powerful. Humanity's greatest skill wasn't speed or force or technology. It was care. What breaks can heal. What's damaged can still be loved. And sometimes, fixing one small thing can quietly change everything forever onward. A quiet mechanic on a deep space station meets a young boy holding a broken figurine made by his late mother. While the boy's culture believes broken things should be discarded, the mechanic chooses to repair it instead. That simple act sparks something powerful. Families arrive with damaged heirlooms they were taught to forget. Together, humans and visitors begin fixing not just objects, but buried memories and grief. Through careful repairs and shared stories, an entire community learns that strength isn't forgetting the past, it's honoring it. Some things break, but they're still worth saving.